Hello, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful week. We are back with another video. Before we start, I just want to say to everybody who has subscribed so far, anybody who's watching, thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. I'd love for you to all get involved. So if you want to, leave your comments. If you potentially would like to come on my channel at some point, let me know in the comments below. Send me your Twitter. We'll sort something out, I'm sure. So, getting into this. Now, as you've all probably seen in the thumbnail, we are going to talk about the Arsenal fan base. So, embarrassment. And some of you might not like what I've got to say right now, but I don't give a toss, because a wise man once told me, if you hit them with the facts don't lie. Yeah, and the fact is this Arsenal fan base, not all of it, but some of it, is a fucking embarrassment. An embarrassment, right? Now, we know there are many problems at this football club. Many problems at this football club. Yeah? Here's two of them. Stan Kroenke, Josh Kroenke. Oh, be excited. Yeah? Here's another one, in my opinion. Not everybody's opinion, but it's my opinion. And my opinion is, he's crap. He needs to go. He's not good enough. All right? But not everybody will agree. Another problem, and probably the biggest problem at this football club, yeah, is... Oh, I've lost it. There is. These guys, some of these idiots, yeah, complete and utter idiots, right? Now, yesterday, we saw Manchester United get knocked out of the Champions League, right, by RB Leipzig, yeah, 3-2 final score. And I see Arsenal fans trying to banter Manchester United. Jokers, absolute jokers. Yeah, absolute jokers. Yeah, Manchester United in the Champions League. When was the last time we was in the Champions League? Yeah, has anybody actually checked? Any Arsenal fan actually checked where we are in the league? Yeah, see this? Yeah, Manchester United 5th, Arsenal 15th. 15th. And some of these fans are sitting there thinking they can go and banter other clubs. Jokers. Absolute fucking wasters, right? And this is a massive part of the problem. A massive part of the reason why this football club will never, ever move in the right direction and move forward. Because too many of these fans accept mediocrity. And then, when a football club like Manchester United, who, you know, are pretty bad at the moment as well, whenever they lose or they go out of something, these fans think they have the divine right to go over to them and say, ah, look at you, Banter FC. Are you fucking mad? Are you mad? Yeah? And one of these fans, and I'm not calling anybody out, but one of these fans once told everybody, yeah, oh, don't look at where you finished in the league, yeah? Look at how many points you were behind the leaders. Yeah, one of these fans once said this. Yeah, so how about you take some of your own advice, stop looking at other fucking football clubs and what they're doing, and start concentrating on what we're doing, which is fuck all under this manager. Yeah, everybody knows how I feel about the manager. If you don't already, then you need to go and check out these videos, the other videos on my channel, right? And honestly, this fan base is a joke, an absolute Joke. Yeah? Now that things are going tits up, everybody wants to blame Stan Kroenke, Josh Kroenke. Yeah? Oh, they're the big problem at this football club. They are a problem. Yeah? They are a problem. And the main reason why they're a problem is because they hired a manager, yeah, who has no credentials for the job. Yeah? They hired a novice, yeah, who's not fucking good enough. Right? But everybody wants to sit there and wank about Arteta. Oh, Mikel won the FA Cup. Mikel won the Community Shield. You got to give him time. No. Mm-mm. Yeah? No. Why should we give this guy time when he consistently picks the same shit players week in, week out? Hector Bellerin at right back. You know? Hector Bellerin, who has consistently failed under 3 or 4 different managers. Yeah? Hector Bellerin, who can't defend and never has been able to defend. And now that he's lost his pace a little bit, he's even fucking worse. He doesn't attack. He doesn't offer anything. Yeah? The only thing the geezer knows how to do is a foul throw. And that is it. Joke. And this manager, all I get is, oh, well, it's the players. The players are shit. Yeah? Mikel Arteta came in, he realised, or whoever it was, realised, we've got an issue at right back. We need a right back. So they went and took Cedric from Southampton on loan. Yeah? They know we've got an issue. They know we've got problems. Right? And they've took Cedric on loan. The geezer was out, injured, all season. And then they give him a 4-year contract. Well, my question is, right, whoever made that decision, and I can't fathom people who tell me this ain't Mikel Arteta's decision. If the manager didn't want a player, he would say, I do not want this player. Right? But they gave him a 4-year contract for a reason. This manager wanted Cedric. Right? So why give the guy a 4-year contract if you don't ever fucking play him? You can't tell me that he isn't better than what we've got playing at right back at the moment, which is a fashion model at best. Yeah? Granit Xhaka playing in the midfield. Now, I'd love to know if any of you lot actually think Granit Xhaka is good enough for Arsenal Football Club. Because if I'm being honest, he's not good enough for fucking Burnley, let alone Arsenal. Yeah? But again, this manager picks him in this midfield. And then we wonder why we're getting battered by Spurs. Yeah? Joke. Absolute joke. You got a player in El Neni who I don't think's good enough for this football club. But he's played a hell of a lot fucking better than Xhaka this season. Yeah? So, that's the manager out of the way. Yeah? We know he's not good enough. But fans will consistently defend this guy. Yeah? They think, oh, it's okay. It's Mikel. Mikel played for Arsenal. Yeah? Well, I tell you what, right? Maybe if we sack this guy, yeah, got a proper manager in, maybe someone should turn around to him and say, tell you what, mate, you can stay at the football club, yeah? Go get yourself a pair of boots, go get yourself a kit, mate, and go and play in our midfield, because he's probably better than half the shit that we've got there already anyway. Yeah, a 38-year-old Mikel Arteta is probably better than half of these fucking wankers. And he's definitely not good enough as a manager, so maybe he might be able to do a job in the midfield. If you Arsenal fans really want to keep this guy here, we're going backwards. Not forwards, backwards. We'd have been better off keeping Unai Emery. In fact, we would have been better off doing what I suggested in the first place and going and getting a proper manager, a winner. Yeah? I wanted this guy. But too many Arsenal fans go, oh, but Mourinho said to Wenger that he's a specialist in failure. What, so you don't want a winner at this football club? Fucking wankers. They ain't got a clue. They haven't got a clue. Right? Now we're going to get onto the board. Now, I hear this a lot as well. Oh, but Stan never spends any money. Stan doesn't invest in this football club. Yeah, do you know why? Yeah, because back in 2006, when we moved to the Emirates Stadium, a lot of fans decided that we didn't want to go down the Chelsea model route, yeah, and have a sugar daddy who comes in and, you know, bails the club out with money, you know, debts up to our eyeballs. We wanted to be a club that is a self-sustaining model, yeah, and that is what we've got, a self-sustaining model, yeah. And everybody wants to say, oh, but Stan this, right? We spent £72 million on Nicolas Pepe 2 summers ago. We've spent £50 million on Aubameyang, £50 million on Lacazette, £45 million on Thomas Partey. And people try and tell me that this guy don't spend money. Arsenal don't spend money. Yeah? The only reason why I would get on to these two people, mainly, is because their decision making is fucking shocking. The people who they put in charge is the problem. Yeah? The recruitment system that they've put in charge is a problem. The manager that they've put in charge is a problem. But do I expect less? Anything more than that? No, I don't. Because these guys don't know fuck all about football. Right? So, on the basis that, let's be real, Stan has just brought 100% of Arsenal Football Club. Yeah? We all know that. This guy's not going anywhere. Yeah? He's not going anywhere. We can shout and holler about it all we like. He won't go anywhere. Yeah? But the one thing that we can do as fans is band together and make sure that this guy puts the correct people in fucking charge of the football club. But that won't happen because too many people are too busy sucking off Arteta. Yeah? Like he's the second coming of Pep Guardiola. He's not. Yeah? He's not. Yeah? Does anybody remember a guy, I can't remember his first name now, but I know his last name was Clements or Clement, right? And he was the assistant manager for Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid, right? And everybody thought that he was going to be a top quality manager because he's been an assistant manager to Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. And he went to Swansea and he flopped. Do you know why? Because just because you're an assistant manager doesn't mean you're going to be any good as a fucking manager. And we're seeing that now with Mikel Arteta. The guy doesn't have a clue. Right? And this fan base is a joke. The board are a joke. There are so many issues at this football club. It is unreal. Unreal. So, for anybody who didn't know already, anybody who expects Arsenal to win a league title anytime soon, yeah, you're dreaming, mate. We'd be better off getting relegated to the Championship and then winning the Championship because that would be more likely, yeah? Anybody who thinks that, oh, it's okay, the league form might be a bit shocking and yeah, top 4 might be done already, but Mikel Arteta could still win the Europa League. Newsflash, yeah? Manchester United might be crap at the moment, but they have players in their squad who know how to win the Europa League because they did it under Jose Mourinho. And yes, we beat Man United in the league, and everybody again thought, oh, Mikel, well done, Mikel. We beat Man United. Everybody forgets that we had fuck all shots on target, that we won through a penalty. So if we get Manchester United in the Europa League, we're out because they're better than us. Like it or not, they are better than us. And the facts don't lie, yeah? They're 5th in the league. We are 15th. 15th. I'm going to get into a couple of these comments. I don't like to rant too much. But anyway, True Say here says Kroenke out. Listen, mate. Kroenke, yeah, we all know it. We all know that this guy is never going to invest out of his own pocket because he hasn't done it in the last, since he's owned the football club, since he had shares in the football club. We're not getting this guy out anytime soon. So the best thing we can do is push him to put the correct person in charge. Yeah? Go and get a Max Allegri. Go and get a top draw manager. People forget Arsenal Football Club is the 3rd biggest football club in England, with the 3rd most league titles, FA Cups and all of that. Yeah, we are not a small club. Just because we're acting like a small club doesn't mean we are a small club. There will still be managers, top class managers, that would want to come to this football club. But we as fans have to push this owner to go and get that guy, even if it means he has to promise certain things. Like, for example, Mourinho. You hear rumours about Mourinho. Mourinho didn't want to come to Arsenal because they said, we're not giving you 200 million. If we want this football club to move forward, we need to get rid of these fucking dead wasters of players that are rotting this football club out and have been ever since Arsene Wenger were here. We need to get rid of this fucking manager and get a proper manager in. And we're probably going to need about £200 million to rebuild this squad. So, unfortunately, I just can't see how Kroenke's going to go, mate. I can't see how Kroenke's going to go. And the other thing is, as well, is because fans, yeah, we Arsenal fans all want the same thing, or we should all want the same thing, yeah, and that is to be winners again. But too many fans are too busy. Oh, trust the process. Trust the process. Fuck the process. Fuck the process. We need to be back in the Champions League, and we need to be back winning proper league titles. Not sitting here down in 15th and accepting it. Fucking idiots. Yeah, I've already replied to you, Sam. Like I said, if you get a Twitter account sorted, yeah, send me your Twitter details. I'll add you on Twitter, and then we'll sort out you coming on the channel maybe in the future. But yeah, I appreciate the support, and we'll definitely have you on. No question about it. Similar to United. Yeah, we're similar to United in certain ways, but the difference between Manchester United and Arsenal is they have far a better squad. Far a better squad. Managers, they're on a similar level. But again, this is the other thing that pisses me off with Arsenal. When did Alex Ferguson leave? Because it must have been 4 or 5 years before Arsene Wenger did. And we should have looked over at Manchester United and see the mistakes that they were making with managers. Yeah. They tried the route of Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho. Yeah. They tried the David Moyes, who was recommended by Alex Ferguson. And it didn't work. Right. But it didn't work for certain reasons. So then they go and put a novice in charge, somebody who has managed before, but not at the level that you would expect the Manchester United manager. Yeah. In Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Arsenal have done exactly the same thing. Apart from we went and got Unai Emery, an experienced manager. Yeah. Probably not a top draw manager, but he's an experienced manager. He's won trophies. Yeah. And it failed. It didn't work because, as we've all found out, he wasn't backed. Like, when I say he wasn't backed with the players that he wanted. He wanted Zaha, he got Pepe. He wanted somebody else, he got somebody else. Right? And again, this is another problem with Arsenal. The recruitment, the board, the people running the ins and the outs in the transfer window. They're a joke. But we should have learned from what Manchester United did, and we didn't. We've gone and done exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Unai Emery. We've skipped out the whole let's go and get ourselves a winner manager, a manager who don't take any shit. And we've just gone, oh, do you know what? Arteta's cheap. Yeah. He's sat next to Pep Guardiola. He must be good. He must be good. No, he's not. He's crap. Right? Sam, yeah, quality, mate. As soon as I finish the stream, I will go and add you on Twitter. And the next link, I promise, the next show, I will send you the link and get you on, no problem. True Say says, Kroenke's KSE have been there for a decade plus since Stans took over. Arsenal have declined common denominator. And I agree with you. I do agree with you. But at the same time, again, a lot of this is down to the fan base. The fan base decided, in a way, that they didn't want the whole owner who pumps money into the club. Yeah, they wanted to be a self-sustained club, a self-sustained model, so we're not in loads of debt. And they accepted that. And we've been accepting mediocrity for years and years. And now that we've got clubs like Chelsea, Manchester City, even Leicester, that have owners that invest in the club, Everton's another one, and we're falling further and further behind, we all want to sit here and blame the fact that the owners don't put money into the club. Well, that was the model that we all wanted. So what do you expect? What do you expect? Sam again says, no, he's not God and light. Sam says, enough. Red Lucifer, what's KSE stands for? KSE stands for, well, I don't know. Twitter, Kroenke Sport Enterprise, yeah, but here we go. True Say, the fan base are also an issue. The KSE fanboys who divert the blame away from Kroenke and Son. FFP no longer an excuse, but the multi-billionaire is still not held to account. Exactly. Yeah, like I said, these fans are too busy sucking Arteta off. They're too busy sucking him off. You know, like things are going to change. They're not going to change. They are not going to change. This manager is not good enough. And the sooner that people realise that, and the sooner that people start diverting their attention to where the problems do actually lie, yeah, and realise that this manager's not good enough. He never has been good enough. I'd like to know, right? And be honest. Any Arsenal fan, yeah, who's watching this, and be honest as well. If you're Arteta in, right, let me know. And also let me know, was Arteta your first choice after Unai Emery was sacked? Because I know for a fact that a lot of these people who were Arteta in were absolutely fuming when he took the job. And I was one of them as well. But now they want to suck him off all day long. You know? What we need to do as a fan base, and until this happens, nothing will ever change at this football club. People need to realise that. We all need to band together. We all need to sort out these issues that are at this club, including this fucking manager. He needs to go. And we, as fans, need to make sure that the Cronkies put the correct people in charge. And if they don't want to do that, then we need to get them out of the football club, which is more difficult than what people might think. Yeah? So the easier option is make sure this board puts the correct person in charge in every area of the club to do with football. The recruitment, the manager, the lot. If they have no interest in Arsenal, which they don't, it's clear to see, then put somebody in charge who does have an interest in Arsenal, who does want to see the club move forward. Because if they don't, we're just going to keep going backwards and backwards and backwards and backwards. True says self-sustaining is unsustainable Arsenal. Well, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But it's what we've got, mate. You know, it's the model that we are built on. Yeah. And it might be unsustainable, but that's only unsustainable because we are where we are. If things continue on the way they are, then the Cronkies will have no choice but to fucking invest in the club. Because they're going to have to keep bailing us out because we're not making the money that we should be making. Can't accept the decision making of the manager and the board. United fan here. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. Yeah. The decision making, and it is a similar level to Arsenal. At Manchester United, the board are a joke. The board have been there years. But again, the biggest problem with Manchester United is the people that they've put in charge. Ed Woodward. Yeah. He's not a football man. Yeah. And then you expect him to make the footballing decisions. Well, he's never going to get them right because he's not a football man. And that's just how it is. And it's the same for Arsenal, you know. The Cronkies, they're not football men. So they've put people in charge, they've trusted in people, and they're doing a shit job, and they need to go. They need to go. So yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying there. Sam, I wrote wrong, mate. My Twitter was all those numbers that you need, but my name wasn't. All right, okay. How long till Arteta is sacked? If it was me, mate, it'd be gone already. It'd be gone already. But it wouldn't surprise me if they gave him till the end of the season. Because if they was to sack him, then they'd have to admit that they'd made a mistake in employing him in the first place. And at Arsenal, nobody takes any responsibility for fuck all. And that is just how it is. But then, in saying that, if he loses to Burnley, mate, then it really is peak. If he loses to Burnley, he could possibly get sacked. He could possibly get sacked. Brandon, do you have confidence that you can beat Burnley? No, mate. No, mate. I don't. Yeah, I don't have confidence because these players, they're just not there, are they? Really and truly, they're not. They're not playing for this manager. You can see it. How can you play a North London derby at the weekend and I didn't see one single player that was up for the fight? Not one. Not one of them was fighting for that manager. Not one. And to me, he's lost the dressing room. Do I think we can beat Burnley? The problem with us is we know what Burnley are going to do. Burnley will more than likely sit 10 men behind the ball and try and hit us on the counter. They'll lump balls up to Chris Wood, yeah, and he'll lay it off and they'll try and hit us on the counter, right? But another problem that we have at this football club is teams that sit 10 men behind the ball, we can't break them down. We simply cannot break them down because, well, it's a mixture. Some of these players are not good enough and we don't have any creativity in the side. So it would not surprise me one little bit if Burnley went and nicked a 1-0. It really would not surprise me. You know? Aubameyang has been missing since he signed the contract. And he's the only player in this the squad that consistently scores goals normally. So unless he scores, nah, I can't see us beating Burnley at all. If Arsenal does not do anything in January, I probably think they'll get relegated this season. Well, I want to say we've got too much quality to get relegated. But at the end of the day, you're seeing it now. Yeah. We have one player in this squad that scores goals, or that did score goals, and that's Aubameyang. And now that he's not scoring, you're seeing the frailties in this team. A lot of the reason why we finished 8th last season and not lower was because of Aubameyang and his goals. Now he's not scoring. Now we can't even get the ball to him because we're sitting 10 men behind the ball and barely getting past the fucking halfway line sometimes because of this manager and the way he sets up. You know, I can't see how Arsenal won't go and do something in January. They've got to. They've got to go and do something in January. They've got to go and get a creative midfielder. That's 100%. And if they don't, yeah, if this board and this manager doesn't go and invest in the summer, then they deserve everything that they get, as far as I'm concerned. But you're right, we probably won't. We'll probably go and get another 33-year-old from Chelsea because, you know, we like that sort of shit. Sam again. I don't trust this board to sack Arteta anytime soon. You're right, mate. And like I just said, it's because they'll have to admit that they've made a mistake. And it wouldn't surprise me if they give him time. But then, saying that, there reaches a point where your job becomes untenable. And if he loses the dressing room, which I think he already has, and things get even worse than what they are now, then they'll have no choice but to sack him. Because there'll be more fans that will turn and say, we need to get this man out. But fans are not alive to that now. Fans haven't woken up and realised that this guy is not good enough. Never has been, never will be. And it's a sad state of affairs at Arsenal at the moment. Do you think Spurs can win the league this season? Now, I'm. I hate to say it, but yes, I can. I genuinely can. And that's what makes things even worse at Arsenal at the moment. They have the players and they have the manager, if we're being real. You know, a lot of fans, a lot of people, when I said to them I wanted Jose Mourinho as manager after Unai Emery was sacked, a lot of them said he's a washed up manager. Why do you want him? He's just been sacked by Man United. He's done crap. But the guy's a winner, yeah? The guy knows how to win things, right? And he got a lot of flack from many of different fan bases when he was sacked by Manchester United. And a lot of people, not just Arsenal fans, a lot of people said that Jose was done. He was finished. He was washed up. Now, what scares me about Jose Mourinho now is he looks like a manager who has a point to prove. And a Jose who's firing on all cylinders, yeah, and is getting out of his squad what he wants, playing the way that he wants, which he is at Tottenham at the moment, is a scary Jose. Yeah, they've got Kane, who's not only firing goals, but he's creating assists. He's taken the new role under Jose Mourinho, and he's playing it to a T. Then you've got Son, who's absolute world class, telling people for years about him, world class. Ndombele, you know, quality player. Even Højbjerg, even down to Højbjerg, yeah. Højbjerg, when they signed him, I was a little bit like, Højbjerg? Really? Højbjerg? But now I see why he wanted him, because he's a Jose Mourinho player. He's sorted out all the issues in the Tottenham squad and strengthened in areas where they needed strengthening. So I can definitely see them up there. Just depends whether they can stay consistent or not. You know, because Tottenham have a tendency of spursing it up. But if I'm being real, yeah, I do potentially see them winning the league. In which case I will have to go into hiding, because I can never have Tottenham winning the league. Never. Arsenal wishes they were Chelsea. Well, I wouldn't. It's a difficult one, this, because, well, how can you not wish you were Chelsea? Yeah, you got Chelsea got an owner that pumps money into the club non-stop. You know, they can go season after season sacking managers, but they'll still consistently win things. And a lot of that is down to the owner, because the manager comes in, the manager says, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And the owner says, there you go, son. And if you fail, be it on your head. And that's why Chelsea are one of the most successful teams in the last 10 years. So, yeah, I would have you right there, you know. Stop buying anything Arsenal for the long haul. Empty seats got Wenger and Emery sacked. Kroenke's language is money, not football. Ensure KSC suffer losses and profits. I agree. I agree with you. The only thing that I would say about things like season tickets and that is there is a massive, massive waiting list for season tickets at Arsenal. Don't know why, because we're a shambles, but there is a massive, massive waiting list for season tickets at Arsenal. So if you go and give your season ticket up, somewhere along the line, there will be somebody else who will take that season ticket. So in that respect, no, they're not really, they won't lose money. But look, we're just slowly starting to come out of a pandemic now, right? They've just got used to the fact that there's no fans there, right? And you can see how it's affecting clubs financially, including Arsenal. And if things continue the way they are, I can't see fans wanting to go back to the football. I can't see fans at Arsenal wanting to go to the Emirates Stadium again. Because why would you? Why would you want to go and pay to watch that shit that we've been seeing for the last, well, all season, basically? The thing is Arsenal, under Arsene Wenger, up until sort of the end of his reign, if we was playing a team like Crystal Palace, Burnley, a team that's just come up from the Championship, for example, a team lower end of the league, you could pretty much 9 times out of 10 guarantee that we'd win that game. But now, yeah, and towards the end of Arsene Wenger's reign as well, now there's no guarantees on us beating anybody. Yeah. If they turned around to me and said, fans are allowed back in the stadium, are you going to pay, I don't know, 50, 60 quid, 100 quid for a ticket to go and watch Arsenal play Burnley next week? I'd be like, nah, you're all right, mate. I'll keep my money. I'll keep my money, because why would I want to watch Arsenal go and potentially lose to Burnley? Because there is a massive chance of that happening. Where are we? What if you guys lose to Burnley? Well, if we lose to Burnley, mate, oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know. If we lose to Burnley, then this manager has got to go. I'm sick and tired of hearing, give him time, give him time. What are we gonna do? What, just keep trusting him, keep giving him time, and hope that things get better? They're not getting better, they're getting worse. They're getting worse. And we need an experienced manager who's going to come in and, fix this mess. Arteta has no experience in fixing a mess at a football club. He's no experience as a manager. So how can you expect him to be able to come in and fix a massive mess at the football club? It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen because the guy's not good enough, right? Not only that, I don't even want to think about it, to be honest with you. Sam says he's scared that Spurs will win the league. Trust me, mate, you're a Man United fan, yeah? Well, I think you're a Man United fan. I'm more scared of Spurs winning the league than what you are, mate. Trust me. Trust me. Spurs will not win the league. Again, I wouldn't be so sure. Yeah, they've got the players, they've got the right manager. And I do definitely think that they'll be up there this year, 100%. But they do have a bit of a bottle job mentality. So, you just don't know. And not only that, I think Liverpool are just too good at the moment. They give Arteta until the end of the season. Maybe we'll see you guys in the Championship. Maybe you will, mate. Maybe you will. Because I'm looking at our next 5 fixtures, right? I can't see where the next win's coming from. If I'm being completely real here, We've got Burnley, Southampton, who is our bogey team anyway. Southampton, we tend to lose pretty much every season to Southampton, whether we're in good form or not. We've then got Chelsea and Brighton. So, where is our next win going to come from? I don't know. I really, honestly don't know. Really nice channel, mate. You're a very smart man. I hope you can get on your show next time you make one. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. I don't know about a very smart man, but football is a game of opinions. Everybody has an opinion. I'm not saying my opinion is correct because other people disagree, but even if I take myself out of the shoes of an Arsenal fan and just become a neutral to it, surely people have got to see that this guy's not good enough. He's not good enough. Sam's just subscribed. Thank you for the subscribes, Sam. I appreciate it. And like I say, mate, we'll definitely get you on to a video. No problem whatsoever. I'll add you on Twitter a bit later and we'll sort something out. After you guys beat United, I was saying if Aubameyang did not score, you're dead. And now it's really proof of it. You're right, mate. You're right. I saw this coming from last season because if you check the stats last season and the goals last season from Arsenal, Aubameyang was the top goal scorer. We all know that. But then the person who scored the second most amount of goals in the Arsenal team, I think, don't write me off on this, but I think it was either Lacazette or Pepe, and they hadn't scored many goals. I think Lacazette got about 8 last season. And that's not good enough. We don't score goals from midfield. We can't defend, and we rely on one guy to dig us out year in, year out. And it's just not good enough. What's going on here? Why can't I click on these comments? Hang on, bear with me, guys. Where am I? Here. Why can't I? Won't let me see. It won't let me click on these comments. But anyway, I got another one from Trusay. Says defund. Oh, there we go. Defund KSE. Gooners need to protest with their wallets and ensure Kroenke starts to make losses with Arsenal. If the losses continue, KSE will sell. I mean, I agree to a certain extent on what you're saying there, but he's just invested 100% into this football club. I can't see him selling it for a long, long time. The problem with Kroenke is he's happy with, making enough money. Arsenal, he doesn't really look at Arsenal as something that can make him money. Arsenal is there so he can go and get loans at banks to invest in other things that he wants. Like the £1 billion stadium for his NFL football team in America, because he can use Arsenal to get loans because of the size of the football club, because they basically know that he's good for it. They know he's good for this money. In January, Arsenal will sign a player, but the problem is, do the player will come to Arsenal because your team is in 15th? Well, what you got to remember is like I said earlier, Arsenal, believe it or not, because we're acting like a small club at the moment, but we're the third biggest club in England, yeah? And I know you're a Chelsea fan, but we're bigger than Chelsea, yeah? And players will still want to come to Arsenal. Players will still want to come to one of the biggest clubs in the world. Yeah, that ain't going to change. You know, like, for example, Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey went from Atletico Madrid, a team, you know, who are consistently playing in the Champions League year in, year out, and he's come to Arsenal, who for the last 3 or 4 years have been playing in Europa League. So it does show that we can still attract top players, but it just depends on whether we pay the price, you know. We did with Partey in the end. But if you pay, at the end of the day, you pay the price for the player and you pay him good wages. You know, what we've got to remember as well is the English Premier League is the best league in the world. And players are always going to want to come to the Premier League. And players are especially going to want to come to one of the top teams in the Premier League, like an Arsenal, like a Manchester United, a Liverpool, a Chelsea, you know, one of the big clubs in the league. What's happened there? Here we go. How can Arsenal fans go and banter Spurs when they're top of the league and Arsenal 15th? Don't know, mate. Don't know. I don't know. It baffles me. Basically, just some of this fan base, they're idiots. Yeah, they're idiots. They accept mediocrity, and they think that what's going on at the football club is acceptable. Whereas me, I don't. And they want to banter Spurs about the fact that they've got no trophies and this, that, and the other. Well, I'm telling you now, Spurs, it won't be long, and they'll be winning. They'll be winning trophies. I can guarantee you that. It won't be long, and they'll be winning trophies. Yeah. But as someone once said, you shouldn't be concentrating on other football clubs. You should be concentrating on yourself. And if people think that what's going on at the moment is acceptable, then, you know, when and if Spurs do start winning trophies, and let's be real, over the last 3 or 4 years, they've been better than us. And there is slowly starting to become a bit of a change, you know, like Spurs is slowly starting to progress further than what we are. Then all these fans who are accepting what's going on right now can't moan. Yeah. Jose wasn't done. Man United's manager role has become poison due to their ownership, just like at Arsenal. It's an impossible task. It's not an impossible task if you know what you're doing. Yeah. At the end of the day, we look at, like, for example, Jose Mourinho, yeah? Jose Mourinho got the job at Tottenham. I think it was like a month after or before. I think it was before Arteta got the job at Arsenal, right? So they've had the same amount of transfer windows, the two of them. Tottenham have actually spent less than us this summer. And look at where they are compared to us, right? And a lot of that is down to the fact that they've got a proper manager. They've got a guy who was a winner, right? So there's no reason why we can't get a guy who's a winner, get a proper manager, a proper experienced guy into the team. And there's no reason why we can't move on up in that table. You know, the ownership's not great. and the same for Manchester United. But again, it's because not so much because they don't invest, but more because of the people that they put in charge of the football club. Not good enough. Zach says, I truly think young, new Arsenal fans need buddy up with proper old school Arsenal fans and learn the history, having proper expectations and winning mentality. Too many are okay with mediocrity. I agree, mate. I agree 110%. And maybe that's part of the problem. Yeah, because I'm 24 years old, right? So I was born in 1996. And the last time Arsenal won the league title was in 2004. Yeah, so at that time, I was 8. No, bit old. 8 years old. Yeah, and a lot of these young fans have probably never really seen Arsenal win a league title. Or if they did, they was very, very, very young, and a lot of them are probably acceptant of the fact that it is what it is, and this is where the club has always been since they've been, Arsenal fans. So maybe they're just acceptant of that. Gooners don't need to give up on their season ticket, just don't attend. Match day revenue losses will be telling on KSC's profits margin. Yeah, I agree. Well, we see it when Wenger was in charge. I remember, I think it was against Man City. It was the league game. We played them twice in a row. We played them in the League Cup final. Lost that 3-0. And then again, later on that week, we played them in the league. And again, we lost 3-0. But yeah, again, this is how embarrassing this football club is. I can remember that game clear as day. And there was nowhere near 60,000 fans in that stadium. Nowhere near. And the bloke on the tannoy announced that there was something like 50-odd thousand fans in the stadium. And I was looking around and thinking, you mad, mate? Look at all these seats that are empty. It's a joke. Yeah, it will be telling on their profit margins, but is it going to be enough to force them out of the football club? I don't think it will. Devin says, hey, Brandon. Hello. Thank you for coming on and commenting on the channel. I appreciate it. Zach says we need to clear out from top to bottom and appropriate replacements made. Lies have been forced down our throats since moving to the Emirates. Owner, board, coach, dead players, and need adjusting. And that, again, I agree. We was lied to, massively lied to. We was told that we was moving to the Emirates to compete with the likes of Bayern Munich and Barcelona and teams like that. It's not happened. And it's a joke. But again, a lot of this is down to the Arsenal fan base because we've just accepted mediocrity year in, year out. Yeah, year in, year out. And everybody got on about Arsene Wenger. Yeah, me included. I thought his time was done at the club. He just, he stayed too long. But then if you're going to get rid of a manager that you've had for 22 years, who's part of the identity of the club, then you need to go and replace him with a proper manager. And we never did that. People were so desperate to get Arsene Wenger out of the club that they never really looked at the Unai Emery appointment and questioned it. They never really looked at it and went, is this man good enough to fill the boots of Arsene Wenger? our greatest ever manager, our most successful manager, you know? And they just, because they were so fixated on the fact that they wanted Wenger out, a lot of them just went, yeah, well, Unai Emery will do. And to be fair to Unai Emery, he did an all right job in the first season. You know, he nearly got us in the Champions League. We got to the Europa League final. Yeah, we got slapped in that. But, you know, there was progress being made, unlike what is going on right now, which is no progress at all. We're going backwards. So, you know, and again, Unai Emery gets sacked. Teta comes in. I was going up the wall about it because the guy's never managed a game in his life up until now. There were other fans going up the wall against it, about it as well, but because we won the FA Cup and because we won the Charity Shield and because there's this whole myth that Mikel Arteta has improved this defensively, yeah, everybody's now, oh, we've got to stick with this guy. Why? Based on what? Based on what? Yeah, and it is a myth that he's improved us defensively. It is a complete and utter myth. How can you improve a team defensively if you're playing the same crap players that have let managers down year in, year out? We brought a player in William Saliba for 30 million quid, yeah, and this manager's dashed him out. And we're seeing Rob Holding, David Luiz, Mustafi still starting games at Arsenal Football Club. Players that have been here for years, made mistakes for years, let managers down for years. Yeah, and this is where this manager's not good enough, because he picks the same shit. And I'm fed up with seeing it. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right. We need a clear out, definitely. Starting with this football manager. No, mate, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I lost a challenge to my brother, and the loser had to put the other guy's club badge at their profile picture for 1 week. Well, I hope you weren't betting on Arsenal, because that's a big mistake, mate. Honestly, not anything like Arsenal to win a game. Fuck me, God, that'd be nice. Yeah, I feel sorry for you, mate. But then again, saying that, Manchester United are not that great either. So, you know, love your content. Maybe next time can come into your show. I'll add you later, mate. By the way, you are the best Arsenal fan that I've seen. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's all right, no problem. Igao is one of them that still backs Arteta. Yes, he is. You're right. He does still back Arteta. But I like Igao, right? I like Igao because he accepts that, you know, other people have an opinion as well. He's not one of these fans who thinks he's right about everything, you know. He's a nice lad as well. He's a nice lad. And yeah, he still backs Arteta, and maybe he's backing him blindly. But again, like I said earlier, it's a game of opinions, and his opinion is that Arteta is good enough. And if that's what his opinion is, that's what his opinion is. But, you know, like I said, mine is that this guy is just, he's not good enough. After Aubameyang signed a new contract, he's dead. Why is Arsenal give so many chances to all these players? Just let him go. And now you guys are struggling. Listen, I'm hearing as well a lot of fans saying, "Oh, why did we give Aubameyang a new contract?" Yeah, we gave him a new contract because he was carrying this team. He deserved that new contract. And yeah, you're right, he's gone missing. Since he signed this contract, he has gone missing. But I think there's more to it than that. I think the reason why Aubameyang has gone missing is because, I think he was promised something by this manager, by this board, by Arsenal. I think he was promised that they would invest properly in the summer. And he signed the contract and took their word for it, and it's not happened for one reason or another. And I think he's just looking around and thinking, I've got the same dead players around me. I've got no creativity. I've got a manager who's, got me playing at left back half the time because we sit so defensively deep. And he's probably just pissed off with the whole situation. He's probably pissed off at the fact that he's having to carry this team week in, week out. And we're seeing it now. If he doesn't score, we're dead. Yeah, because we've got nobody else. At the end of the season, if Arsenal get relegated again, I will say, why I back this manager? I'm so stupid. There'll be a lot of fans that will say, why did I back this manager? There'll be a lot of fans that will go, well, this ain't good enough. And there'll be a lot of fans who will go, well, we told you so. And you didn't listen. But like I said, it's all a game of opinions at the end of the day. And lots of people have different opinions of their own. And Arsenal fans were comparing Mourinho's first 26 matches to Arteta's 26. Said that Mourinho have just got 3 points more than Arteta. I don't think that's true. But one thing you can go and do if you haven't already is, if you want to know whether this football club's going backwards or not, the easiest way to look at it like this is go and compare Unai Emery's last 26 games as Arsenal manager, when he was dying out, when things were going bad for him, and then compare Mikel Arteta's first 26 as Arsenal manager. And you'll actually find that Arteta has less points, he's lost more games. So how is that progress? It's not. And he actually has a better squad than Unai Emery had, believe it or not. Unai Emery had players like Danny Welbeck, Iwobi, Carl Jenkinson. Arteta has got Nicolas Pepe, a £72 million signing. I don't rate the guy. I don't think he's worth anywhere near £72 million. But they can't say that they haven't invested in the squad. He's got Thomas Partey in the midfield. He's got Gabriel. He's got Pablo Mari, again, another player he signed. Cedric. All these players. Better squad than what we did have. Is North London still red or white to you? Right, look. North London is still red, and it will be until Tottenham win something, and start consistently winning things. At the end of the day, Spurs are doing better than us, and they are better than us right now. But we have still won more than them, and until they start doing that, then North London is still red. If I'm doing a show, can you get on tomorrow? What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. I won't be doing a show tomorrow because it's the Europa League game, so I'll be watching that. I think the next one I'll be doing will be either Friday or Saturday morning. So yeah, like I say, the next one I'll add you on Twitter and I'll get you the link. And the same for you as well, mate. Yeah, no worries whatsoever. The scary thing is West Brom, Burnley, Fulham, next 5 fixtures, they could be winning 2 or 3 matches and Arsenal will be 19th because your next 5 fixtures is dead. They could, but I don't think we're going to get relegated. Yeah, I can't see us getting relegated. I think we've got too much in our squad for that. But I do see us finishing outside of the top 10. I honestly do. Bellerin has more foul throws than Aubameyang has goals. Yeah, told you. He's not a footballer. He's shit. He's crap. He doesn't deserve to play for Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, and he should have gone years ago. He should have gone years ago. He should have gone when Arsene Wenger went. Yeah, the guy can't defend. He used to be quite good going forward, but he doesn't even do that now. He gets halfway up the pitch and he cuts back, plays the ball backwards or sideways. Yeah, can't cross the ball to save his life. So what is he actually good for? Yeah, modelling the football kit. That's about it. Yeah, he's a model. He's a fashion man. He's not a footballer. I'm going to take this last comment, and then I better go. Arsenal has so many dead players. The only manager can save Arsenal is Jose. I don't believe that, mate. I believe there are a lot of managers out there that can get better out of the squad that we have. You just need, it's like a lot of people complain about the style of football that Arteta plays. I have no issues with the style of football that he plays, but I only want to see that style of football against the top 6 side away from home. I don't want to see that against Leeds United, against Aston Villa, against, teams that we should be taking the game to. Not, sitting 10 men behind the ball and hoping that Aubameyang scores. It's a joke. It is a complete joke. But there are other managers out there, and there are other managers that would come to Arsenal. Allegri, give him what he wants. If he wants £200 million to rebuild this squad, give him £200 million. Yeah? And you'll reap the benefits from having a manager like him. Because he plays in a similar way to Arteta. But he knows what he's doing. Yeah? He's very pragmatic himself. But he knows what he's doing. He's won league titles. Not like this guy who doesn't have any credentials at all. True Say says, ask Terry to get Turkish on the football terrace. Yeah, I will do, mate. If I get to speak to Terry, I'll ask. Definitely. I like Turkish as well. He has great views on Arsenal, and he's another guy who's he has a massive issue with the board, and I don't blame him. Big up Turkish. I'm sorry, mate, but I think Spurs need to win the league or Champions League so the fans wakes up and understands. Listen, it could happen. It could happen. These fans need to wake up now. Yeah, forget about waiting until Spurs win something. They need to wake up now and realise we're not good enough. But anyway, guys, that's all I've got time for tonight. Like I said, guys, I'll Sam and Jerizio. Sorry, mate, if I've pronounced that wrong. I'll get you added on Twitter, and we'll sort out you coming on the channel and coming on stream, and we'll do something. But like I said, the final point, this fan base is a joke, and until they accept that Arteta's not good enough, and until they put pressure on this board to employ the correct people, yeah, and you know, we are just going to continue on doing the same crap and going backwards year in, year out. Cheers, guys. Thank you for everybody who commented. And if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that like button, and share. I'm out of here.